But I remember you fell and you're in the kitchen hollering and stuff, and I'm just laying on the couch and going, come here, boy. You know, you come, and you get up to me, man. I'm like, what's wrong? And you moved your hand, it was full of blood. I'm like,
Right. This is happening now.
you know.
Let's see. So we're in it with jobs. You had about 4,000 jobs, I believe you calculated, something like that.
I thought you got
Well, let's talk about kids then. When did you first have Aaron? When was the first? How old were you when you had your first kid?
Oh man, 80. I was 20. Yeah, I was 20. Nah. Well, man, I just gotta do the math. See, I'm sitting there and gotta do the math on that.
All right, now I hear you.
Shit.
How many, what was it like when you first found out? How did the news hit you? Was it?
That was it, man. All right. I kind of suspected, and your mom came up to my job and told me. I said, all right.
Well, there it goes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And did you guys, back then, did they give you, the sex back then? Was that a thing?
Say what?
Did they tell you the sex of the baby before it was born? Was that a thing back then?
Yeah, there was a point, but we didn't want to know.
You didn't know, right? So you just...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, didn't want to know anything.
So did you plan then for having a boy and a girl? Or are you like, well, let's just get some diapers and a couple T-shirts and see what happens? How did that...
You want to know the truth, man? You was the only planned one.
I see. Okay.
Had to get Aaron a little brother and sister.
Right. And then when by time, so obviously I was the middle child, and then Erica the third.
Yeah.
And then by then you guys knew, like, let's just cut the shenanigans out. You weren't wanting to jump off into...
Yeah.
You didn't want to try for a fourth, a fifth, or a sixth.
They took us to the cleaners.
And you never regretted that. You never looked back on that decision like, maybe 10 more.
No, man, not a bit, man. Three's enough. Yeah.
I was just looking for my questions. Was the enrollment process as simple when we were kids as they were when you were a kid? Was it much more detailed when you were like taking us to our first school? Kindergarten and first grade, was that just as tedious as, or not tedious as it was when you were enrolling your brothers and sisters in schools?
I mean, man, I forgot how exactly it was once you got into the process. But once you got into the school system, man, it was just a matter of just every year just showing back to school and enrolling, yeah.
Today, I don't know, today, much is it, and you gotta have like birth certificates and blood samples and...
I don't know what it is like today.
More difficult. Okay. Me neither. Not yet anyway. So, all right. Okay. Now, obviously, Aaron passed away, so I'm sure that experience, as terrible as it was, had lots of scary moments leading up to it. But other than that, what was a terrifying moment we put you through as children? There had to be so many. I can't count how many injuries I even had as a child.
Yeah, you was a knucklehead.
I could have went, 50 feet like he's disabled.
Yeah, he was always doing something.
Or he just ain't gonna be right in the head no more.
It's not like, oh man. It was more like, man, what now?
Right. We just sat down.
Yeah. But I don't know if you remember this one though, man. So when we lived over by Drake, I was at home. Me and you were the only ones there, man. And you was doing something around the house, man. And I'm laying on the couch, and you go to get some popsicles out of the fridge. You got that scar in the back of your head, man.
Right. To this day, still there. It gets dry and cracks sometimes, man.
But I remember you fell and you're in the kitchen hollering and stuff, and I'm just laying on the couch and going, come here, boy. You know, you just, and you get up to me, man. I'm like, what's wrong? And you moved your hand. It was full of blood. I'm like,
Right. This is happening now. Oh, my God. I do remember that. It was an interesting experience. I don't remember it being very painful, though. I think, the knock on my head and the blood was just enough shock that it just wasn't that hard of an injury, but it was bloody. I remember Gran made you wrap me up in towels. Put me in the... Was it I think a sob. I think I told the story not too long ago, and I said Lexus, but it was a sob, wasn't it?
Her sob. Yeah,
she loved that sob. All right. What about one of your favorite moments with us as children? I mean, it's known I'm your favorite, so let's just leave that question out. I'm not even gonna ask that. What was a favorite moment? With one or all or two or none? Even I don't guess if that could happen.
Man, I don't know. I don't even know what made me think of this, man. But I always liked to thought I had fun with you guys.
All right. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And you know what I always enjoyed, man? Tossing you guys in the snowbanks. I mean, it wasn't, I can launch, yeah.
Right? You just told me, huh? Well, those days are far gone, huh?
All I know is you guys enjoyed it.
Right. Oh, yeah, right.
Shit.
Actually, it didn't take too long. I'm sure there was a young age at one point like, well, just run over there and jump in it because my back ain't designed for this big ass right here.
No, I didn't like wrestling with you, though, man.
No?
You always pull the, I can't breathe.
Well, I couldn't breathe, man. Shit. I couldn't breathe. You're taking advantage of me. Right? That's funny. All right, nice. Well, then let's talk about Iowa a little more specifically, huh? So, generally speaking, it sounds like you do like Iowa. Your Iowa experience is a preferred one generally, versus any other state in the union, perhaps.
Yeah.
Is there a contending state with Iowa, you think? Is there a place like maybe if I coulda, woulda, shoulda?
Nah, man, I've visited a lot of places, man, a lot of nice places, but, I always wanted to live there.
Come back, yeah.
Now, I wouldn't mind having a summer home somewhere or a winter home
right,
somewhere,
yeah.
but it's always going to be headquarters.
Right,
there,
yeah. True.
Yeah.
Every time I leave, for however long it is, the feeling I get when I come back, man.
Yeah.
It's unmatched. There's no place I've ever been that was that fun.
Right.
I thought, I got to get back to that place versus this place, so. Why is Iowa a great state? What do you like about it,
I don't know, man. Like I tell everybody, we are guys. I'm from God's country.
Right.
Good, clean living in Iowa.
All right.
Yeah, but
a simpler approach to living, maybe, huh?
Right.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I mean, you look all around us, man. It's just, we have our share of troubles. Don't get me wrong, we have our share of troubles. But you look all around us, man. We ain't got those kind of troubles here. Shit.
Right, not as many, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That's for sure. A lot of people leave those areas to come here for a little bit.
And bring their troubles with them.
Sometimes, sure.
Not all the time.
You don't get that.
Yeah.
Sometimes some people come here and find some chill. So.
You know what? When I asked somebody tell me, I did this, man, I did this, man, the first thing I ask them, where you from?
Right.
Okay.
That's kind of a biased kind of approach.
That's what happens when you live in Iowa.
Right. You know me, though. If someone tells me they're from Texas,
we know our own homegrown idiots. Right. You know what our homegrown idiots do and like and everything, man. Right. And we can tell when there's other idiots around.
Ain't that the truth? One second here, man. Let me do something. There we go. All right. We're just one of your favorite places in Iowa.
I don't know. been, quite a few places. You know, depends what's happening. I'm always good for a long drive. I call it Sunday driving. Me and the coach take those rides all the time. Just one day we end up in Omaha. Shit like that.
Okay.
I like to see what's happening, see what's around, man.
Where's what do you think? Is there any worse places? Is there some places in Iowa you just don't go?
Southern Iowa's a little red down there, man.
It can be tough.
It can be
tough.
Yeah.
It's best to have a fishing rod. I find to have a fishing rod close by or in your hand. All right.
Right.
It's a different approach to some of those conversations.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Have you ever experienced racism in Iowa?
Man. Yeah. I keep forgetting about that one, man. I mean, most of the time when I think about it, I can say, man, nothing overtly, man, But there was a couple times where it was overt, but and I've always kind of felt fortunate. I was a large black man,
Right.
So
that does carry a little bit of.
And I hung out with the right motherfucking people that had my back anyway.
Right.
So, no, there was some issues back when me and your mom were first together. So she had to actually go rent our apartments and shit and spring me on them.
Right, yeah.
Like
that. I can see that, yeah. Interesting.
Fuck. Then it was you ever meet your Uncle Steve now?
Oh, Mom's brother?
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh, man.
He's pretty. Is he? Really?
I couldn't go into... He would not come into his own mom's house until I left.
Wow.
One from back in the day, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna keep me out of the mom's crib like that. Yeah. If anything that big a deal, you gotta go. If I'm that racist, you gotta go.
Everybody looked at me and said, you gotta go. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Wow.
Other than that, man. Used to be, depending where it was at, too, man. But me and my boys and shit, man, just kind of... I always rolled like I rolled in the bars and shit. You see me over here like this.
Right.
Somebody needs to come over here.
Right.
Yeah.
But certainly, you wouldn't say your experience as a whole not defined by those.
Right. Exactly.
Plus, I don't know how much you can really get away from that stuff to a point where, you either let it affect you or you don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's there, it's there. But, how you react in that environment's totally different. So,
I find that generally, as a rule, the way it fucking is, most racist motherfuckers are pussies anyway.
Oh, yeah. Right.
They're going to... start looking at you and go, hey,
Nothing, won't do anything about it.
Right. So, I walked, man. I definitely been places I should have never fucking been. But,
right.
Losses, I go anywhere I want.
Right.
So that's what I need.
And I don't see any signs that say trespassers will be shot here.
Right.
Well, so far, like I said, you are the most famous person we've had on the show so far.
I don't think you do better than me, man, unless you go.
Basically, right.
Out of the country,
you're the most popular,
man.
you're the richest, the most famous,
I am.
the oldest, and the youngest simultaneously.
There you go.
So, and you've got man
I'm a record
first,
holder.
right? And if you add black to all the front of all of that, right?
Trailblazer.
You double all your accomplishments.
There you go.
In this single shoot. So
there you go.
Well, I do want to thank you for taking the time and giving me a little bit of that information and history. It's great to learn a little bit more
and
about
I can help you out, sir.
Yep. Maybe we'll have you on a future episode as I refine and create a better process and remember my memory cards.
Maybe I can set a record for
Most appearances, right?
There you go. There you go.
Welcome to the 8-Timers Club. Well, all right, this has been Pops.